worried about my sister and my brother. I hope they're not telling us everything's cool and everything's not. I'm just at a point, the reality is I'm going to be overprotective, internalized though, overprotectiveness. I'm going to have internalized overprotectiveness for everyone I love who has received the mark. And all of these random illnesses that are subsequently showing up in people that will never be linked to said post by design. Because what if it was? Who do they blame? Because yourself is to blame. I don't know, because blame probably feels like a harsh word, but if that's what because you're looking outward to blame somebody, so if that's what you're doing outwards, then go ahead and take that L. You gotta blame yourself, because there were people who told you, and they told you as gently as they needed to, because it was desperate times. They knew, they were like, you know, this is your life we're talking about. This is not negotiable. And at least with a negotiation, you can change your mind and say, you know what, I think I will negotiate. Right? But not only is there no negotiation, there's no reversing. You can never uninject yourself. And that's an uncomfortable conversation to have, because where do you go from there? You know, what do you talk about doing next then? You know, if that's the case and you know that, and now they can flip a switch and do whatever they want to you and your body and everybody you love. Like, if you learn that, the hard way or otherwise, then what do? You gotta just go on living the best way you can with this new hand you're dealt with, right? And I think people don't think that I don't get that. Was that music as loud as it seemed? My bad, y'all. But I don't know what tangent I just went off on, but I know it was poignant and profound and shit, because that's what happens when we elevate. Now, the energy of what I was talking about feel like it was what society is allowing to happen right now. But somehow I think I was just deep enough not to get Agent Al's attention. Good morning. My bad, y'all. I know you didn't ask for this. You did not ask to have to lay your eyes on me first thing in the morning with nothing fresh except for brushed teeth. Talking about some, hey y'all. My bad. Y'all know I got my favorite. I guess this is a technical house coat, ain't it? It's not even a coat, which is the ironic. Is it ironic? The funny thing about it's not a coat. It's a shirt, but it is a coat, but it's a shirt. Right? And I was saying how, like, I've had plenty of these before. I just took my hair loose, y'all. I just had 2 twists on each side. But they had got poofy. That's why I wished I had showed y'all before I turned the camera on. I have another one like this. Anyway, I don't know why I went through all that to find it, because you don't need to see it for me to tell you that it's like this, but it's green, like army green. And it has the 2 pockets like this on the front as well. But that's it. And it buttons up the front, right? So it has a nice line in it as well. I feel like it can't be far. I feel like it shouldn't be lost. But you know how I can find it. Although I'm no longer looking for it. Yes, I am. But it's not important. So I'm going to stop myself from looking for it so I can go ahead and do what I was doing because I'm on some GSD this morning. But I'm about to cancel a little bit of that out. Oh yeah, put on some eyeliner. Matter of fact, put on some eyeliner while I talk to you about this jacket that I never did find. Yeah, the reason why I'm so in love with this one is a number of reasons, right? You got your adjustable wrists. If I ever get fat, right, and need some extra wrist room. I said if I ever get fat, like I'm not wearing it on the thickest one already. I do it so I can pull up the sleeves if I want to. If I need to keep the jacket on, pull the sleeves up. That's why I keep it like that. Because I can't pull the sleeves up if I put the wrist the way it goes. Then again, it's either on or off, right? Because I'm either hot or cold. There's never a midpoint where I could do with or without a jacket. You and me together. You and me together. Oh yeah, I came here to put some eyes on right quick. Cheap eyes. Well, I'm always put on cheap eyes, especially right here at home, right? Because we could just reapply all day long. And since we can reapply all day long, let's... No, because I end up doing a video and not getting my shit done. I'm going to get my shit done. But I'm going to put enough eyeliner on to where if I want to turn the camera on periodically, we can do that. And I taught y'all how to do this. Should have taught my aunt. I've been a terrible, terrible friend and family member throughout most of my life. That's not true. I've been a wonderful friend. I've been a friend of people that their best friends haven't been too. But, let me be accurate. I have not sufficiently appreciated and respect and expected and expounded upon the time that I should have made for people in my life that I love. And I will go to my grave regretting that. And I also regret that there's still time for some of those people. And I let this world condition me in such a way that I have not been comfortable making up for it. Like, I would not be comfortable catching flights and spending time with people. And like, I know people that had home parties. And they talk to me like they didn't require vaccinations for the parties. And like, you know, I don't know why you wouldn't be going nowhere. You know, why are you locked up in quarantine like the pandemic is going on, still going on? First of all, it is still going on. But anyway, just not like the world think it is. But okay. And your parties that you're acting like you wanted me to be at were vaccination only. And everyone is going to pretend like people wasn't, not even internationally, because y'all can't even deny it internationally, right? But y'all act like people weren't domestically detoured and delayed and laid over as a result of being quarantined mid-flight trying to get to somewhere to see some people. Or it might not have been mid-flight. It might have been when you got to where you was going. Now you got to quarantine in this place. Or it could be a place of your choosing But then you got to pay for it. You got to pay for an additional stay at another place, and you saved up your whole fucking annual income for this trip. That's the inconvenience we rolling with. So it's a trip to me, but it's always a poke people. So I get it. They really got y'all programmed. They got y'all programmed to, you know, defend it to the end. Y'all gonna defend it to the end. And the real gag is, as I have always said, the poked are the super spreaders. Like y'all were getting it from each other. They couldn't even get enough unpoked people who caught it to blame the poke people catching it. Think about it. There weren't enough uninjected people for them to be able to even fabricate the narrative that it was coming from them. But they still tried it, you know what I'm saying? They still tried it. But they always had to fall back on, well, you can still catch it and spread it. Well, what the fuck is it for? What is it for? And one of my direct relatives, one of my direct siblings, more than one really, fuck it, people I know and love, you know, once it's more than 3, I'm like, well, fuck it. Because people I know and love were doing just fine. And they accepted the mark. And now all of a sudden, all kind of other stuff happened. People getting intestinal, colon cancers, colon and lung and cancer, all different, a host of cancers. You know what I'm saying? Throats. And people have things they can blame it on that they were kind of having a few problems with before, but now their problem is exasperated. So now they can call that a pre-existing condition. So because you took it and you already know that you signed off not to be able to blame the pharmaceutical companies or anybody else, that you willfully took it. I mean, I know they cornered some of y'all, you know, whether they threaten you with unemployment or what. I know they cornered some of y'all. But a lot of people, even without the threat of losing their job, based solely on the strength of trusting colonizers, willfully subjected their entire lives at the request of terrorists, known terrorists. It's a trip every time I think about it. And so that should answer your questions. Anybody that has ever asked, what will it take for you to wake up? That should answer your question. Nothing. It's not until, you know how they say it's not till it's on their doorstep. Will they wake up? And then it's too late. And imagine that a lot of them, look, cognitive dissonance runs deep. A lot of them will still, on the brink of being able to, of having the option to save themselves, will still go down. Because by design. And for those who are willful, it's just fascinating that they can get their filthy hands on the minds of walking gods. I can't believe that we just not only let, but enabled them to exercise this genocide on us. And for colonizers who claim not to be racist, man, you guys, y'all, you think they're not coming for you too? You really think they're not coming for you too? Imagine they run out of us to target. Just imagine it. Who you think is next in line? But meanwhile, they get you to cape for this shit that you see is vile. And you won't stand against it, like, because it's comfortable and privileged. I get it now. I'm not even saying I don't get it. Who knows if I was born in privilege and was enabled every inch of the way of my life. Like, struggle where, bitch? Even if we had no money, this is my world. You know what I'm saying? As a white female, I got it in my back pocket, right? If that's how I was born. So maybe I would become a different human. And this is also assuming I'm not an indigo, because indigos are different situations. What the fuck? Oh, I know what that is. Mr. has this air freshener we used to use. And then we stopped. I can't remember why, but we stopped using it. And it automatically sprays like every half hour. So Mr. found it, and he put one of the air fresheners in it for it to spray automatically. And the first he didn't tell me. He normally tells me everything. And so the first time when he was at work, I kept hearing this every time. It seemed like every time I passed that particular room, I heard psst. And I haven't tried to get pulled like that since I was young, right? So I would go through the room, and I don't know if I timed it just right or if I could probably hear it every time from every area that I was, nearby area that I was in, but it seemed like it waited until I walked by that area to go, psst. So, after about the fourth time of walking by there and walking by, minding my own business, do. Yes. And I'm like, is the elliptical machine trying to holler at me right now? Because why am I hearing? I was like, any second now I'm here. Say. You know, in Gen X when we were young, after they hiss at you, they say, say. Say, let me talk to you for a minute. Let me holler at you for a minute. So after about the fourth or fifth time, I realized what it was. And I was like, that is so funny. It sounded just like a person. I guess a person sounds like a spray, right? When they go, so they do. Anyway, that's what it was. So I told Mr. about that. He thought that was so funny. Oh, I'm supposed to be getting shit done. I told y'all, know your dose. You know what I mean? Know your dose and know what's going to do what to you, and it's smooth sailing from there. And then you can use your medicine with intention. And so under legal circumstances, you should be able to smoke every day. You should be able to ingest every day. You know, you should have your supplemental dose in order. You should have your functional dose in order so that you're not, you can do what you need to do when you need to do it without being meditated, having a detrimental effect on your productivity with whatever you are getting done. So now I am at stage. I have my hair did. I'm gonna hit this one more time before I apply some lips. Is that my lippy smell like that? I was like, dang, them some sweet ass terpenes. It smells like chocolate. But then this is a brown, so. Do I want a dark red though? Nope, I don't. Plus, I need to use this up. I never use this. Don't you draw my lips out. I'll fight. I will fight. I will fight a lip applicator. Should have asked somebody. I call it the Lucille ball. It's what Karens do to make themselves look like they have a lip. You can see that shit. Look at that. Oh, that's horrible. Wait, is it horrible? What do y'all think? And I know for a fact close up it's ugly. But can you see from back here? You can see that ain't my damn lip, can't you? You can see that ain't my damn lip. You know what? I should go all in, shouldn't I? I'm going all in, fuck it. And put a thick ass opaque layer on too. Yeah. And I'm not gonna bunt them together. I'm gonna see how that dries. It's fucked up that this society has us rethinking the very colors that we wear out in public. Like, oh, I should be able to wear what color I want to wear without offending or die or getting killed. You know, some of y'all can be like, oh, old school don't know no better. But then other ones of y'all, I mean, some old people look young. And you just going to assume that of them. You know, that they came there to threaten you and wearing somebody the wrong colors. Bitch, you offending yourself because you showing everybody that your butthole is wide open. Don't be a fuckboy. Just, but nephew, don't be a fuckboy. Look, ladies don't like that. The ladies don't like that. It's the reason why all you little hoe ass girl, your BBL wop thought ass girlfriends are sleeping with all your boys, and you don't have no loyalty amongst yourselves. You know what I'm saying? The ladies that carry themselves a different way, you don't have to be bothered with none of that, nephew. Know your value if you are valuable. If you are indeed a fuckboy, continue as you were. You know what I'm saying? But if you really do, you know, if you gonna get yourself together, get your mind together, attract you a beautiful black woman, a rider, mind you, who's gonna evolve with you and inspire you to continue to evolve together, don't do it. Don't be a fuckboy. And don't entertain these hoes. And not just because they ain't loyal. Because they don't want to be saved. All right. We should bond like this more often, nephew. You don't come and visit me nearly as much as you pretend you want to. And I be missing on you sometimes. And I know you got your life and I want you to do your thing. And you know, just slap a little ass now and then. Go get you some juicy booty. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, do the right thing for yourself first and foremost. For your parents who love you and raised you better than that. And for your aunties, both IRL and virtually in the Mayoverse out here, who want you to want the best for yourself. Because that is the point at which you will deserve said best for yourself. And I'm rooting for you, son. I'm rooting for you. I'm rooting for you. You thought this channel was just for bitches, did you? Oh, bitches too. Our demographic ain't physical. It's mental. It's spiritual. And that's why we clarify that there is a difference between being adult age and being grown. But anyway, I love my nieces and nephews, and I want them to want the best for themselves. And I'm not talking about waiting till they start doing good to then show up and be there and like, yay, yay. I mean, just really genuinely wanting to do better, because even if you're making mistakes, because that's what you're going to do. It's inevitable. I guarantee. Pinky swear. But as long as I know a person is open and they sincerely, genuinely want to evolve, I'm that catalyst. I'm that catalyst. I'm no one special, but then I am, because I'm that catalyst. And it's going to be a painful journey, because I started to say because it's never easy, but it actually is easy. People both lie and tell the truth when they tell you something is easy or is not easy, because everything's relative now, isn't it? And we're all conditioned, colonized, if you will, not to think with balance, not to think of our own accord at all, really. Good job, Agent Al. I forgot what I was talking about, but I know I was talking about people being conditioned not to think on their own. Anyway, I know I was telling my young niggas to know your value. Know your value when you out here in these streets. Yeah, because ain't no justice for nothing for us unless it's street justice. So that's on sight. Well, let me get out this video before they swear I'm inciting violence, because you know black self-defense is illegal in these Americans. American lands. This is what it is. Love y'all though. In real life. Not the Mayo verse.